Welcome to today's video, Philippians 2 verse 3 explained. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem other better than themselves. This verse is a powerful instruction for Christian living. It tells us two things not to do and two things to focus on instead. First, Paul says we should not do anything out of strife. Strife means conflict, rivalry, or selfish ambition. In other words, our actions should not come from a desire to compete with others or prove that we are better than them. This includes things like stirring up division, seeking attention, or trying to dominate others in arguments or discussions. Second, we are told not to act out of vainglory. Vainglory is empty pride or boasting about oneself. It's the kind of attitude that seeks praise and honor for its own sake. This mindset focuses more on how others see us rather than on serving them. The Bible consistently warns us about pride, and this verse continues that message. When we act from vainglory, our motives become centered on ourselves instead of on God or others. So what should we do instead? Paul answers this in the second half of the verse. We are to operate in lowliness of mind. This means humility. It doesn't mean thinking less of yourself, but rather thinking of yourself less. A humble person is someone who puts aside their own ego and is more interested in the needs of others than in their own image or status. Paul then takes it even further by saying we should esteem others better than ourselves. This doesn't mean we lie to ourselves about our value. Every person is made in God's image and has unique gifts and worth. But it does mean we are to treat others with great respect, considering their needs, feelings, and perspectives as more important than our own desires. This teaching goes directly against the way the world often works. In many cultures, people are encouraged to climb the ladder, outshine others, and focus on self-promotion. But the kingdom of God turns this upside down. True greatness in God's eyes comes through humility, service, and love. Jesus himself gave the perfect example. Though he was God, he humbled himself and came to earth as a servant. He washed his disciples' feet. He lived a life of perfect humility and gave his life on the cross for sinners. When we follow his example, we reflect his light to others. In practical terms, living out Philippians 2 verse 3 might look like giving someone else credit for a job well done, listening instead of interrupting, forgiving instead of holding a grudge, or helping someone succeed even when it doesn't benefit you directly. This verse challenges us to examine our motives and our hearts. Are we serving others out of love, or are we trying to get ahead? Are we focused on building others up, or only on how we appear to them? By letting go of strife and pride and choosing humility and love, we reflect the character of Christ and bring peace into our relationships.